CSG, child support gang. I said GGG. I said child support gang. I said CGG. I said child support gang. I said CSG. I said child support gang. Know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all chilling? Y'all feeling so radiant, so vibrant, so chill vibe, swag, You know what I'm saying? I got another video for y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm finna get these kill counts in there. I love this movie. Well, at least from what I seen. This movie going up on Kill Count channel. So I'm gonna try to react to it, because I really like this movie. And we finna get it in. Y'all good? Y'all having a good day? Hold on, let me take a shot real quick. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's get into this kill count, man.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at The Hunt, released after a notorious delay in 2020. The Hunt is a political, horror, action, comedy, thriller, whatever movie that features Americans trying to kill each other over their partisan beliefs.
Those people that are shooting at you, they're just exercising the very same right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a satire on the sad state of civility today, when people with differing political opinions are more likely to see each other as mortal enemies than fellow Americans. Like I said, The Hunt's release was delayed in a big way. Originally scheduled to come out in the fall of 2019, it was postponed after the tragic shootings in Dayton and El Paso. It was eventually released in March of 2020, just in time for COVID to shut down movie theaters, prompting distributor Universal to release it early to streaming. After some early criticism from both sides of the political spectrum before anyone ever even saw it, including a possible reference in one of President Trump's tweets, it's safe to say that The Hunt had one of the most controversial releases of recent horror movies. Is it really as scandalous as all that suggests? I mean, no, not really. Yeah, the movie's plot is that a bunch of coastal liberal elites are hunting and killing so-called deplorables. But it's all in the service of jokes, since The Hunt is a dumb comedy loaded up with political stereotypes of all stripes, and it actually does the whole both sides thing pretty well. I'd say this is a much more neutral parody than anything you'd see on late-night talk shows or SNL. The left and the right both get made fun of for the identity politics they employ, though it all feels pretty innocent and with a big ol' wink to the audience. I don't think this movie's trying to shit on anyone, really. If there's any takeaway message, it's probably just, hey, that's kinda dumb that we're so at each other's throats right now. Maybe we should knock it off. To go along with its cartoonish political message, The Hunt's got a lot of big cartoonish kills, and I grabbed a sponsor for this episode so I could leave them all uncensored. Raycon earbuds give you great sound and a comfortable fit starting at about half the price of other movies. Left, right, hunters, hunties, I don't discriminate when there are bodies to count, except for bastard skellies. Let's get to the kills. The movie begins with a group chat. A guy named Richard badmouths the man in the White House, and a woman named Athena tells him not to worry. They'll be able to hunt down deplorables at the manor soon. Oh my god, Athena, don't talk about things like that in texts. It could very well lead to a title card.
The Hunt.
On a bougie jet, that Richard guy from the group chat is bragging to the flight attendant, not stewardess, about rich person shit like caviar. He is, of course, played by Glenn Howerton, who was in The Strangers, and I'll reiterate, plays the exact type of roles I would love to play. Please give me his career, thank you very much. The champagne pouring gets interrupted when a confused guy named Randy stumbles out from the back.
What is happening?
What if I'm fucking awake, man?
Randy doesn't know how he wound up here, but a guy named Ted, who says he's a doctor, gets him to calm down and lie on the floor. That makes it a lot easier for him when he stabs him in the neck with a pen. Randy tries to fight back with the champagne bottle, but the woman who owns this plane, Athena, who mentioned The Hunt in that text, puts an end to it by shoving her heel into his face. Randy screams while she picks his eye from her shoe and dies shortly after being dragged back into storage, the first conservative victim of these man-hunting liberals.
Fucking redneck.
Another captive in yoga pants, played by Emma Roberts, awakens the next day in a forest with her mouth gagged. She's not the only one in this awkward position, and eventually, a whole bunch of trucker-hatted, flannel-shirted folk find themselves in a clearing with a crate in the middle of it. One dude, Tracker, cracks it open with a crowbar, releasing an adorable little piggy dressed up like it were Wishbone. Aw, pigs are great. The crate also has a weapons rack in it, loaded up with so much firepower it would make Michael Gross and Tremors cream his Don't Tread on Me jeans. Yoga Pants finds a key, freeing these 11 confused captives from continuing to look like subs. A guy named Big Game Shane is thanking her.
This movie was interesting to me because I didn't know who was gonna die. It just seemed like everybody was just dying. It was like, damn, who gonna be the main character? I didn't see no promo for this movie or nothing like that. So I was just like, damn, who the hell? Because someone showed this movie to me the first time I saw it. So I was like, damn, this movie is interesting because I don't know who gonna. I thought one of the main characters, like the main actors or actresses, was gonna be the main character, but then they wound up getting killed.
Her for the oral freedom when gunshots start ringing out.
I thought she was gonna live, but she ain't live.
It almost hit me.
And that one did hit ya. Sorry, Ms. Roberts. This ain't American Horror Story. You're dead and gone for good. Great stunt casting there. As Shane watches, gunfire from a pillbox kills one eager beaver who was running right towards him, double-fisting rifles. A woman named Dead Sexy takes off for the tree line and fares a little bit better until she drops into a pit. Shane, looking ever the hunky hero, goes to help her and finds her pretty damn impaled. He gets her out and they resume running into the woods until Shane steps on a landmine and realizes that he just messed up bad. With Emma Roberts and an uncredited Justin Hartley dead, it falls to Ike Barinholtz to take the lead as a dude named Staten Island, though he finds himself unwilling to put Dead Sexy out of her misery.
Shoot me.
No, I'm not gonna shoot you.
No, you fucking snowflake!
She does it herself off screen, leaving Staten Island alone as he gets shot at by
Bro,
the
shoot her, what the
Shout
hell?
out to makeup department head Lauren Thomas for the fun
Half her
graphic
body
design
just-
used
she
for Dead
just-
Sexy's death there. Actor Sylvia Grace Krim said the prosthetic felt as heavy as one of those trainer fake pregnancy bellies. A lot of this movie's kills use cheap-looking CG blood, but at least us practical fans got at least one good kill to look at. Staten Island runs through the woods until he finds a barbed wire fence and is joined by that Target guy, a woman Big Red, and a dude Vanilla Nice, played by country musician Sturgill Simpson. Three of them manage to make it over the fence, but Target is struck by arrows coming out of the woods.
What is this Avatar shit?
He tries making a commendable last stand, but is eventually overwhelmed by arrows and falls to the ground. He survives long enough to see a mishandled grenade thrown next to him,
Wait, did you pull the pin?
as well as a second one with the pin properly removed,
Wow.
killing him with a big boom. The others reach a small
Boromir.
Ma store where the snacks are aplenty and the news is existential. They find out from Ma and Pa that they're presently in Arkansas, even though the three of them are from New York, Wyoming, and Orlando. Staten Island realizes that they must have fallen victim to Manorgate, the conspiracy theory about elite liberals hunting so-called deplorables to death. Ma and Pa start an argument about the Second Amendment, and before you can say Charlton Heston, Big Red starts choking on the donut she was eating. Cause it was poison, saboteur! Ma and Pa gas the place, shoot Staten Island in the chest, and after Pa growls to Vanilla Nice that
Climate change is real.
finish him off with a gun butt. After having killed our third would-be protagonist, Ma and Pa clean up their kills and reassure themselves of their own mighty morality.
He's wearing a wedding ring.
He's a monster. Honey, he probably uses the N-word. And not even in private, he probably uses it on Twitter.
Don't worry though, no matter how much they convince themselves their snap judgment of others is justified, it'll never be enough to match the passion of their self-loathing.
Privilege, Julius.
It's perfectly fine to call them black again.
According to who?
NPR.
Which consists almost exclusively of
White people.
We're the fucking worst.
The tone of this movie, being just silly enough to not take seriously, works really well for me. So props to director Craig Zobel, a filmmaker who co-created
I liked it. I liked how this movie was,
bro.
bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Ma and Pa reset their store just in time for another hunty to arrive. A woman named Crystal, played by Betty Gilpin, who you're gonna see kick a whole lot of ass. She asks where they are and to buy a pack of smokes, but when she gets her change, she realizes something is wrong. So she smashes Ma's head against against the counter, jumps back there to grab their shotgun, then shoots Pa dead. You see,
cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6. You fucked up, bitch.
you done fucked up, Ma. Yep, 27 minutes in, and we finally settled on a real protagonist. And as fun as the other characters were, this movie is made by Betty Gilpin in the lead role. Crystal don't fuck around. After confirming that she's not actually in Arkansas, and that she's not about to get any free wheels up in this bitch, Crystal runs into another huntie named Gary, played by Ethan Suplee. Hope he can see down that barrel better than he can see schooners. As they follow some railroad tracks, Gary tells Crystal that they're in the middle of Manorgate, run by the biggest boogeyman of all.
You know, the globalist cucks who run the deep state.
But Crystal is less concerned with conspiracy theories than she is with hopping onto this moving train. I haven't seen it, but apparently this scene works as an inside reference to Tony Scott's final film, Unstoppable, which featured Ethan Supplee's character failing to board a moving train. You finally did it, buddy! They're not alone inside this cart, though, because there are a whole bunch of immigrants here who aren't speaking English to them.
Oh, come on.
What?
You know what we have here? Crisis actors.
Gary's a podcaster, so he knows all about this stuff. They're not gonna pull one over on him.
Gary, they got a baby.
So? They're crisis babies.
Before things can get violent, the train is stopped by some soldiers with dogs. They pull everyone out of the cart, and Gary tells them that he and Crystal are Americans, and that these immigrants aren't real. The soldiers ignore him, but he may not be entirely wrong.
I don't think they believe you, Gary.
Yeah, Mike here actually isn't an immigrant. He's one of the hunters. Though he tells Gary that the other immigrants are real, and so are these soldiers. The train getting stopped like this wasn't part of any plan. Pissed about Crisis Mike's deception, Gary tackles him and sticks a live grenade in his pants. Gary and everyone else is able to clear the area, but Mike's not able to get the nade away from his nads in time. Crystal is taken to a refugee camp where she speaks to some officers in charge and determines that she's in Croatia. She's matched up with another guy getting hunted, Don, who's excited for them to get back to America so they can expose Manorgate on Hannity.
It's like them two Jew boys that fucked Nixon up.
Don's thrilled when a guy named Oliver shows up, saying he's from the US Embassy, but it doesn't take long for him to start acting suspicious, implying that Don and Crystal were chosen to be hunted for a reason. Crystal smells the bullshit a mile away and refuses to humor him for even a minute.
A minor that might make somebody want to try something.
She tosses him out of the car and promptly murders him by driving directly over his head. Don freaks out about it for a mo, but Crystal proves she was in the right when she finds Gary dead in the trunk, a knife in his head.
Jesus.
Nope, that's Gary.
Don does a count and realizes that they're the last two hunties alive. And though he just wants to get out of there, Crystal wants to follow this map they found and confront the people hunting them. To explain herself, she recites a story her mom used to tell her called The Box Turtle and the Jackrabbit. Wait, she means the tortoise and the hare, right? I mean, sounds the same. Jackrabbit always wins races, is a big old stupid dickhole about it, ends up getting beaten by the box turtle because of his arrogance. We all know this story.
Yeah.
Except in Crystal's version, the Jackrabbit ends up visiting the box turtle's home with a hammer that night.
Smashes up the wife and kids first, so the box turtle has to watch them die.
So, sure, yeah, maybe some slight variation. She says the Jackrabbit killed the turtle because the Jackrabbit always wins. The Jackrabbit being the wealthy and powerful elite, but Crystal's done being a goddamn box turtle. We shift focus to the coastal elite pillbox.
That was deep.
Or maybe it's a bunker. I don't know. I'm about as well versed in weaponry as these clueless folks, who would feel much more comfortable in ivory towers policing each other's language.
Guys, we're all on the same team.
Did you say guys?
I'm sorry, I gendered it.
I love that they're wearing pristine, unused fatigues. It's a nice touch by costume designer David Tabbert. Since they're not very good with guns, the hunters have a guy named Sergeant Dale consulting them. But he can't be there every time they have to tinkle, and so when Richard goes to drain the lizard, he gets distracted by Don and his throat slit by Crystal. Dale hears a noise and puts the clueless...
I wish it wasn't
hunter on
CGI
high alert.
blood,
So when
though.
their bunker is invaded by that cute little pig, they shoot it all to death. Oh no!
Orwell!
As in George. There's been this whole Animal Farm thing going on that I haven't really mentioned until now, but it's fine. Now, obviously, I don't count pigs. but I do count people when their heads blow up. So on to the count, this Martin guy goes. Crystal shoots Dale in the chest and sticks an arrow into Liberty, and though Ted the doctor thinks he outsmarts her by pulling out the magazine, she knows there's still one in the chamber, so he gets shot in the chest and killed. Crystal then uses the scoped rifle to shoot down and kill a fleeing guy named Peter. Sergeant Dale gets back up to fight some more, but he finds himself outmatched by Crystal, who we find out shortly served in Afghanistan, while Dale's service was spent in the National Guard. Like I said earlier, Crystal kicks a lot of ass.
Yeah.
Betty Gilpin trained for months to prepare for the role.
You know, I think there's this pressure for ladies especially to train.
She got a wide ass forehead,
down,
but I smashed though. I ain't gonna lie.
That I was looking
No offense.
to look strong and
If
be
she got a
strong.
husband or
She
something.
says it was totally worth it, though, to play an active character instead of another housewife. An injured Liberty calls Crystal a hick, and when Don finally shows up and wants to spare the wounded woman, the ladies tell him that that's sexist.
She's a woman.
Hey, miss. Do you think you should be afforded mercy just because you're a girl? No.
And that's what we call equal rights, Don. Don't talk down to women trying to murder you. Athena's voice comes over the radio, and she talks to Don by name, which of course draws Crystal's suspicions and guns. Don denies knowing who Athena is, but is also unwilling to disarm himself, so Crystal ends up shooting and killing him off screen. Then she tells Athena through the radio that she's the only one left.
Then I guess you better come and get me.
Crystal asks Dale where Athena is, and with some physical encouragement, gets the location of the manor. Then she thanks Dale for his service and shoots him off screen. We flash back to 1 year earlier when Athena, who still hasn't done a face reveal, finds herself in an emergency meeting at her company, filmed in the real-life office of Jason Blum. In fact, co-writers Damon Lindelof and Nick Hughes, son of Lindelof's Lost partner Carlton Hughes, intentionally wrote The Hunt to be a Blumhouse film in terms of tone and budget. Filming in Jason Blum's actual office was like a nice little cherry on top of getting this thing made. The emergency meeting is because that Martin guy, the head explodey dude, got his phone hacked, and one of the things leaked to the public was the group text that opened the movie.
Athena, at least the hunt's coming up. Nothing better than going out to the manor and slaughtering a dozen deplorables.
We learned that back when she sent that text, the hunt wasn't real, and Athena was only joking. But after the thread was made public, people started believing Manorgate was legit. Hilary Swank is finally revealed as Athena's actor, as she laughs in disbelief, even though this is no laughing matter.
Conspiracy websites are all over it. They're going bananas. They're going berserk. Reddit? I mean, I don't know the names of them all.
They chide her for using the loaded term deplorables and say that in order to save their company's reputation, she and everyone in that group text are fired. A few months later, Athena and the others began tracking down the individuals online who fueled the Manorgate fire that cost them their jobs. Gary's chosen because of his podcast, Shane because he's, as his nickname suggested, a big game hunter, and this guy is not chosen despite an argument for affirmative action.
And if we don't have at least one person of color in this, it is going to be problematic.
I'm playing an Arab refugee. I'm from Connecticut. Isn't that a little problematic?
That was your idea.
It was your idea. It was weird when you said it.
Their last choice is one that Athena takes
Kinda
a
funny,
personal
this movie.
interest in. Crystal May Creasy, Twitter handle Justice for Y'all, who tweeted that Athena was a murdering bitch.
That's our snowball.
Back in the present, Crystal gets to the manor and, being told that there are mines beneath her feet, agrees to Athena's commands over the call box to leave her gun behind. She enters unarmed and finds a who's who wall of the huntees. Oof, Staten Island with them tiki torches. She continues towards the sound of classical music and finds Athena cooking up a fancy dinner in a fancy kitchen. The two women are finally face to face, intentionally dressed in similar tones as Melania Trump and Michelle Obama at Donald Trump's inauguration. Though Crystal says she has no idea who Athena is, Athena proclaims that she knows everything about Crystal, then speed runs through a biography that includes a criminal father and a dead mom. Athena says Crystal was chosen for the hunt because of the online post she made about Athena being a murderer.
The evidence is all there. Their.
But Crystal tells Athena that she made a mistake.
There's another Crystal May Creasy back home. But she spells May with an E. Hey, I get her mail sometimes.
She says her parents are both alive and free, but that she knows Athena doesn't care whether that's true or not. So how about they just get on to the fight? The fight scene between these two is a perfect synthesis of choreography, music, and sound effects. There are so many fun moments to it, including Athena using a wooden light fixture to ring Crystal's Liberty Bell, Athena using a creme brulee torch as a weapon, and Crystal kicking Athena through one of those fancy fireplaces. Though Athena breaks her own rule by breaking out a gun, she never gets a shot off at Crystal. She just pinches some skin with it. Ouch! Crystal does a great second-story table fall, takes a knife to the gut like a champ, tackles Athena over a table, and then throws her through a window. Oh, hold on. Here, second take. There we go. That gets him to take a breather for a second, because turns out going through glass is really unpleasant. After a few more Miyagi moves, Athena stabs Crystal with a
more glass
blade and a meat thermometer. Shouldn't have continued with the bonus beatdown though, because that allows Crystal to pull Athena into the blade and do a little somersault thing that lodges it into her opponent's gut. The fight finally finishes with both of them bleeding out on the floor. The 7-minute fight scene between these women is my favorite part of the movie, and a lot went into making it this awesome. With the screenplay only saying an epic fight scene happens, it fell to director Craig Zobel to plot it out in specifics. He worked with a bunch of his crew, including production designer Matthew Munn and stunt coordinators Hank Amos and Heidi Moneymaker, to choreograph the best fight possible.
Her name Moneymaker. What? Hold on. What?
Craig Zobel to plot it out in specifics. He worked with a bunch of his crew.
This lady name is Moneymaker? Boy, if I marry a chick named Moneymaker, I'm taking her name, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'll take her name. Giolo Mac Moneymaker.
Matthew Munn and stunt coordinators Hank Amos and Heidi Moneymaker to choreograph the best fight possible for this climactic showdown. To that end, they built the kitchen set on a New Orleans soundstage and specifically designed it around the fight.
When you actually have a set that's built for you, specifically to crash through this wall and to fly through that fireplace,
it is amazing.
With Betty Gilpin having played a wrestler in Glow, and Hilary Swank a boxer in $1 Million Baby, they were both game to do most of the action themselves. So the fight was tailored to their strengths both as actors and characters. A lot of kicks and weapon improvisation for Athena, while Crystal employed a more squirrely and aggressive style. The scene was shot over 5 12-hour days, with stunt performers Sarah Irwin and Caitlin Deschelle subbing in for the big falls and stuff like going through the fireplace. There's so much to say about this scene that I can't do it all here, so I recommend you check out this very cool video from Insider that features a lot more details and diagrams. Link in the description. Athena and Crystal are left bleeding on the floor, with Crystal wondering why Athena nicknamed her Snowball. Like, she gets that it's from Animal Farm, but
Snowball is an idealist. He wants to make the world a better place. That's why the other pigs make up lies about him. Turn him into the enemy.
Athena asks Crystal if she's really justice for y'all, and Crystal reiterates that she's not. So with a single little whoops, Athena dies on the tile floor, the last of the hunters vanquished. Crystal suddenly notices a jackrabbit nearby, and, not wanting to get smashed with a hammer, gets up off the ground. She has a quick bite of grilled cheese, cauterizes her wounds, and gives herself a makeover so that she looks like a hunter herself. Much like how the pigs in Animal Farm ended up looking like their human oppressors. She boards the private jet out back and tells the crew that she killed all the rich douches who flew here. So would they please take her home now, please? In contrast to Richard's condescension in the beginning, the movie ends with Crystal sharing her champagne and caviar with the flight attendant. She's happy to do so, and happy to be alive.
It's fucking great.
Oh god.
How many kills was in this movie?
22 people died in
Damn!
a solid number for this well-paced film. 16 of the victims were men and 6 were women, a nearly 3-to-1 ratio of dudes, which is sexist. And with a run
like why the hell was so many
that left us
guys?
with a kill on average just about every 4 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Dead Sexy for all the things that led up to her death, as well as the joke where she called someone a snowflake for not mercy killing her. I love it. Dollar Shetty for lamest kill will go to Don, shot off screen after Athena turned Crystal against him. And that's it. The Hunt came out in 2020 and is the most harmless, politically tinged movie you could ask for in these hyper-partisan times. Next week, I'm looking at the very fun Mayhem. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Hey, that's been another reaction from your boy. I ain't really talked too much in this video. I just wanted to watch this with y'all. You feel me? With the kill counts, I just want to watch it with y'all. I be learning new stuff about the movie. Yeah, I seen the movie before, but The Hunt, I thought it was a dope movie, man. It was entertaining to me, and it was fire, man. I like the female protagonist. She fire. I want to see her in more movies. I want to see her kicking ass some more. She probably could have been Captain America. Not Captain, what is it called? Captain Marvel. She could have played that lady. I ain't gonna lie. But check me out. It's been another reaction from your boy Giolo Mac. Shout out Child Support Gang. I thank y'all so much. Check out The Hunt. If y'all ain't never seen it before, check out my boy James A. Janice channel, The Kill Count. And we out. Another reaction. Peace.